The Under-Earth Defenders, Rise of the Defenders. Episode 1, The Funding for, the birth of the Under-Earth Defenders Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily were born in an underground alien world but did not know of their alien heritage. They were raised on Earth by human parents who adopted them as infants. Each of them had a different upbringing and interests, but they all shared a common bond. They felt like they didn't quite fit in. Max was a quiet and reserved child. He loved spending time by himself, exploring the woods and streams near his home. He was always fascinated by water and loved to observe its movements and properties. Max's parents were both scientists and encouraged his interest in the natural world. Alex was a free-spirited and adventurous child. He loved to climb trees, explore abandoned buildings, and take risks. He was always fascinated by fire and loved to watch it dance and flicker. Alex's parents were both artists and encouraged his creativity and sense of adventure. Maya was a kind-hearted and empathetic child. She loved to help others and was always there to lend a listening ear. She was always fascinated by wind and loved to feel its gentle breeze on her face. Maya's parents were both social workers and encouraged her compassion and desire to make the world a better place. Lily was a curious and analytical child. She loved to take things apart and figure out how they worked. She was always fascinated by plants and loved to study their growth patterns and properties. Lily's parents were both engineers and encouraged her intelligence and curiosity. Despite their differences, Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily all had one thing in common. They felt like there was something missing in their lives. They felt like they were meant for something greater than their ordinary lives. One day, they all received a mysterious letter inviting them to a secret meeting. They were all hesitant at first, but their curiosity got the better of them. They all showed up at the designated location at the same time. When they arrived, they found themselves in a dimly lit room with a few other people. As they introduced themselves, they realized that they all had special skills in technology, creating things, and martial arts. They also realized that they all felt like they were meant for something greater than their ordinary lives. As they talked, they began to notice that there were strange symbols etched into the walls of the room. They couldn't quite make out what they meant, but they all felt a strange energy emanating from them. Suddenly, the door to the room burst open, and they were confronted by a group of shadowy figures. The figures demanded that they reveal the secrets of the symbols. Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily didn't know what to do, but they all felt a surge of energy coursing through their bodies. As the figures advanced towards them, they all instinctively used their special skills to fight back. Max used his water powers to create a shield. Alex used his fire powers to create a distraction. Mia used her wind powers to knock the figures off balance. And Lily used her plant powers to create a barrier. The figures were no match for their combined powers, and they fled the room in terror. Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily were left standing in the room, stunned by what had just happened. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of their journey. They had no idea what challenges lay ahead, but they knew that they were meant for something greater than their ordinary lives. They knew that they were destined to become the Under-Earth Defenders. As Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily left the secret meeting, they couldn't believe what had just happened. They felt like they had imagined it all. Maybe it was just a strange dream or a figment of their imagination. They went back to their ordinary lives, but they couldn't shake the feeling that something was different. They felt like they were seeing the world in a new light, like they had awakened something inside of them. Episode 2, The Under-Earth Journey, The Prophecy Unveiled. A week later at school, Max stood at the edge of the pool, his chest heaving with exertion. He had been practicing for weeks, trying to shave seconds off his lap time. But today, like every other day, he was just short of the goal. He slammed his fist on the edge of the pool, sending ripples through the water. But something strange happened. The ripples grew into waves, and soon the water was rising up around him like a giant bubble. Max's eyes widened in shock as he realized he was controlling the water. He had no idea how or why, but he knew it was something special. Meanwhile, in the library, Alex was poring over a math problem, trying to understand the complex equations. But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't seem to make sense of it. Suddenly, his hands began to tingle, and before he knew it, they were engulfed in flames. But it wasn't painful, and the flames didn't burn him. Instead, they seemed to be under his control, flickering and dancing as he moved his fingers. Nya was out for a run, pushing herself harder than ever before. She was determined to beat her record time, but her body was starting to give out. Just when she thought she couldn't go any further, a gust of wind swept her off her feet and carried her forward. She landed a few feet down the track, dazed but unharmed. She looked around, wondering where the wind had come from, but there was no explanation. Lily was in her garden, tending to her plants. She had always had a green thumb, but today something strange was happening. As soon as she touched the soil, the flowers bloomed instantly, their colors vibrant and alive. She gasped in amazement, wondering how she had done it. The four friends were unaware of each other's experiences until they met up at a sporting event later that day. As they watched a game, strange creatures began to appear, attacking people in the stands. The friends were shocked and scared, but soon they realized they had powers beyond their wildest dreams. They banded together and fought off the monsters, using their newfound abilities to defend themselves and others. Suddenly, friendly aliens appeared, revealing the team's destiny and explaining about the hidden alien world within Earth. They told them of the prophecy about the Under-Earth Defenders and their role in protecting the world from evil forces. The friends were reluctant at first, but when they saw more monsters appearing, they knew they had to take on the challenge. They entered the hidden alien world for the first time, navigating underground labyrinths and exotic landscapes. They befriend some of the aliens and learn that Zorg planned to unleash his destructive weapon. They must find 4 magical stones to power up and disable the weapon in time. The team was excited but anxious about their new mission. They agreed to work together as a team, using their unique powers and bond as friends to protect the hidden alien world from Zorg's evil forces. Episode 3. The Powers Awaken. Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily were still trying to make sense of their newfound abilities. They tried to hide them from their families and friends, but it was becoming increasingly difficult. They felt like they were living a double life, keeping their powers a secret from the world. One day, they received a message from the friendly aliens they had met at the stadium. The message read, "Your powers are not a curse, they are a gift. Come to our training facility, and we will help you unlock your true potential." The team was hesitant, but curious. They wanted to understand their powers and learn how to control them. So, they put their trust in the aliens and made their way underground. As they descended deeper into the hidden alien world, they felt a sense of wonder and excitement. They had never seen anything like this before. The underground was a vast and mysterious place, filled with strange creatures and exotic landscapes. When they arrived at the training facility, they were amazed at what they saw. The facility was a massive complex filled with state-of-the-art equipment and advanced technology. It was unlike anything they had ever seen before. The aliens led each of them to a different room where they would begin their training. Max was taken to a large pool where he was instructed to focus his mind on the water. Slowly, he began to control it, making it ripple and move as he pleased. Alex was taken to a room filled with fire. He was told to concentrate on the flames and try to control them with his mind. At first, he was scared, but he soon realized that the fire didn't hurt him. He was able to manipulate it, making it grow or shrink with a simple thought. Maya was taken to a room with a giant fan. She was told to concentrate on the wind and try to control it. It was difficult at first, but soon she was able to create gusts of wind that could knock down targets across the room. Lily was taken to a room with a garden. She was told to focus on the plants and try to control them. At first, she didn't know what to do, but soon she realized that she could make the plants grow and flourish with just a touch. The team spent hours training in their respective rooms. They were exhausted but exhilarated, realizing that they had powers beyond their wildest dreams. As they made their way back to the surface, they were greeted by the friendly aliens. They congratulated the team on their progress and told them that they were ready for the next step in their journey. The next step was to explore the hidden alien world further, and the team was excited to do so. They were taken to a vast underground city where they met the alien inhabitants and learned more about their culture and customs. They were amazed by the advanced technology and unique architecture of the city. The aliens told the team about the 4 magical stones that they needed to find to power up and disable Zorg's destructive weapon. They explained that the stones were scattered throughout the hidden alien world, and that the team would have to work together to find them. The team was nervous but determined. They knew that they had a big task ahead of them, but they were ready to face any challenges that came their way. With their powers and bond as friends, they set out to find the 4 magical stones and save the world from destruction. Episode 4. The Quest for the Stone. Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily set out on their quest to find the 4 magical stones that would power up and disable Zorg's destructive weapon. They had been given a map of the hidden alien world, which showed the locations of the stones. Their journey was perilous, but the team was determined to complete their mission. They had to face many challenges along the way, but their powers and their friendship helped them overcome every obstacle. Their first stop was a dense jungle filled with dangerous creatures. They had to be careful not to alert any of the creatures, as they didn't want to attract any unwanted attention. Maya used her wind powers to create a gust that blew away the leaves, revealing a hidden passage. As they made their way through the passage, they encountered a giant spider. Alex used his fire powers to create a wall of flame, keeping the spider at bay while they made their escape. Finally, they arrived at a hidden cave where they found the first stone. It was a beautiful gem that glowed with a vibrant green light. They carefully picked it up and placed it in a pouch. Their next stop was a vast desert filled with scorching heat and sandstorms. They had to use Alex's fire powers to create a protective barrier around them to shield themselves from the harsh elements. As they journeyed through the desert, they encountered a group of hostile aliens. The team had to use their powers in unison to defeat the aliens and continue their journey. They made their way to a deep underground cave where they found the second stone. It was a ruby-red gem that glowed with an intense heat. They carefully picked it up and placed it in the pouch. Their third stop was a frozen tundra, where they had to use Max's water powers to create an ice bridge to cross a deep chasm. As they made their way across the bridge, they encountered a group of ice creatures. Lily used her plant powers to create a vine whip, pulling the creatures off the bridge and into the chasm below. Finally, they arrived at an ancient temple where they found the third stone. It was a deep blue gem that glowed with a soft light. They carefully picked it up and placed it in the pouch. Their final stop was a treacherous mountain range where they had to use Lily's plant powers to create a vine ladder to climb up a steep cliff. As they made their way up the cliff, they encountered a group of rock creatures. Max used his water powers to create a wave that washed the creatures away, allowing the team to continue their climb. They made their way to a hidden cave where they found the fourth and final stone. It was a pure white gem that glowed with a bright light. They carefully picked it up and placed it in the pouch. With all 4 stones in their possession, the team made their way back to the alien city. They were tired and weary from their long journey, but they knew that they had to keep going. They met with the friendly aliens who congratulated them on their success. The aliens took the stones and placed them in a special chamber. The stones began to glow with a bright light, and the chamber filled with a powerful energy. The aliens explained that the stones were now powering up and disabling Zorg's destructive weapon. They thanked the team and said that they would forever be remembered as the heroes who saved their world. Max, Alex, Mia, and Lily felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had saved an entire world with their powers and their bond as friends. They knew that their journey wasn't over, and there would be more challenges ahead, but they were ready to face them together. Episode 5, The Final Showdown. With Zorg's weapon disabled, the team thought that they had saved the alien world. But they were wrong. Zorg was not one to give up so easily. He had other plans in mind. Zorg had built a giant robot army to take over the alien world. The robots were powerful and unstoppable, and they had already taken over most of the cities. The team knew that they had to act fast to stop Zorg and his army. The friendly aliens came to the team with a plan. They had built a special weapon that could destroy the robots, but they needed the team's help to use it. The weapon was located in a secret underground facility, guarded by Zorg's top henchmen. Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily knew that this was their final mission. They had to destroy the robot army and defeat Zorg once and for all. They set out on their journey, determined to save the alien world. As they made their way through the underground facility, they encountered Zorg's henchmen. The team used their powers to defeat the henchmen and make their way to the weapon. When they arrived, they found that the weapon was not what they expected. It was a giant cannon that required all 4 of them to operate. Max used his water powers to fill the cannon with water, while Alex used his fire powers to create a spark that ignited the water, creating a powerful steam blast. Mia used her wind powers to direct the blast, while Lily used her plant powers to increase the power of the blast. The team fired the cannon at the robot army, destroying them one by one. Zorg tried to stop them, but the team was too powerful. They used their powers in unison to defeat Zorg and destroy his evil plans once and for all. The friendly aliens thanked the team for their bravery and heroism. They said that they would forever be remembered as the saviors of their world. The team felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had saved an entire world with their powers and their bond as friends. As they made their way back to Earth, the team knew that their journey was not over. They had discovered a new world filled with wonder and adventure, and they were ready to explore it together. The adventure had brought them closer together and strengthened their unique friendship. Zorg's defeat marked a victory for good, showing that the power of teamwork and unity can overcome evil. The team cherished the memories they had created, overcoming challenges and saving an alien civilization. They understood their responsibilities went beyond Earth, as protectors of life and harmony across the galaxy. With each mission and new discovery, the team would grow wiser and stronger, but their greatest strength would always remain their friendship and unity in cause. As the world came into view, the team felt a surge of joy and anticipation. Another adventure awaited. Episode 6, The Underworld Defenders, The Power of the New Stone. After their adventure in the alien world and defeating Zorg and destroying his weapon, Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily returned to their ordinary lives on Earth. They tried to keep their powers a secret, but it was getting harder and harder to do so. One day, they received a mysterious package in the mail. It was a set of 4 new glowing stones, each a different color. The stones were pulsing with energy and seemed to be calling out to them. Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily knew that the stones were somehow connected to their powers, as they have had the encounter with the previous stones. They decided to investigate and somehow remembered the underground room where they had first discovered their powers, so they decided that is where they start the investigation. As soon as they entered the room, the stones began to glow brighter. They felt a surge of energy coursing through their bodies, and suddenly they were transformed. Max was now wearing a sleek water suit with water droplets pulsing through the fabric. He held a water sword that glimmered in the light. Alex was wearing a fiery suit with flames dancing around his body. He held a pair of fiery gauntlets that crackled with energy. Maya was wearing a windsuit with a swirling vortex of air around her. She held a wind staff that hummed with power. Lily was wearing an earth suit with vines and leaves sprouting from her body. She held an earth hammer that glowed with energy. The team realized that the stones were giving them new abilities and weapons. They felt more powerful than ever before. They also realized that they were not alone. They were being watched by a shadowy figure in the corner of the room. The figure stepped out of the shadows and revealed itself to be an alien. The alien explained that the stones were a gift from their alien parents who had sent them to Earth to keep them safe. The stones were designed to enhance their powers and protect them from harm. The alien also explained that there were others like them out there, other alien hybrids who had been sent to Earth for the same reason. The team realized that they were part of a larger network of protectors, destined to defend the galaxy from evil. They knew that they had to use their new powers and weapons to train and prepare for the battles that lay ahead. They spent hours in the underground room, practicing and honing their skills. They felt more connected than ever before, sharing a bond that went beyond friendship. As they emerged from the underground room, the team knew that they were ready for whatever lay ahead. They had discovered new powers and new allies, and they were more determined than ever to protect the galaxy from harm. The stones had given them a new purpose and a new sense of responsibility. They knew that they were meant to be the Under-Earth defenders, protecting the galaxy from evil and preserving harmony and preserving harmony and peace. Episode 7, The Under-Earth Defenders, The Discovery of Stitch. After discovering their new powers and weapons, Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily were more determined than ever to protect the galaxy from harm. One day, while they were exploring the Under-Earth, they heard a strange noise. It was a high-pitched yapping sound coming from a nearby tunnel. The team followed the sound, curious to see what was making it. As they turned the corner, they saw a small dog with a strange aura around it. The dog was a Chihuahua pug mix with a wrinkled face and big, round eyes. It seemed to be glowing with a strange energy, and it was yapping excitedly at the team. The team approached the dog cautiously, not sure what to make of it. As they got closer, they realized that the dog was not like any other dog they had ever seen. It had a strange symbol on its forehead, and it was emitting a powerful energy signature. The dog introduced itself as Stitch and explained that it had been sent to Earth to help the Under-Earth defenders. It had been imbued with special powers by its alien parents, and it was capable of incredible feats of strength and agility. At first, the team was skeptical. They had never heard of a dog with superpowers before, but as they saw Stitch in action, they realized that it was true. Stitch could run faster than any other dog, jump higher than any other dog, and even shoot energy blasts from its paws. The team knew that they had to take Stitch under their wing and train it in the ways of the Under-Earth defenders. They spent hours teaching it how to use its powers in battle, and Stitch proved to be a quick learner. As they trained together, the team realized that Stitch was more than just a companion. It was a valuable member of the team, with its own unique powers and abilities. They knew that they had discovered a true ally in their fight against evil. The team also realized that they were not alone in their mission. There were other alien hybrids out there, each with their own unique powers and abilities. They knew that they had to find these other hybrids and band together to stop the forces of evil once and for all. With Stitch by their side, the team felt more powerful and more united than ever before. They knew that they were destined for greatness, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The Under-Earth defenders. The discovery of Stitch was a turning point for the team. They had discovered a new ally and a new sense of purpose. They knew that they were meant to be the protectors of the galaxy, defending it against evil and preserving harmony and peace. As they continued their training, the team couldn't help but notice the strange energy that seemed to be emanating from Stitch. It was unlike anything they had felt before, and it seemed to be growing stronger every day. One day, while they were resting after a long day of training, Stitch suddenly began to glow with an intense light. The energy around it was so strong that the team had to shield their eyes. When the light faded, they saw that Stitch had transformed. It was now a much larger dog, with a muscular build and a fierce look in its eyes. Its fur was now a sleek black, and its eyes, it seemed to be crackling with energy. The team was stunned. They had never seen anything like it before. Stitch had evolved into a new form, one that was even more powerful than before. As they continued to train with Stitch, they realized that the dog had a unique ability. It could absorb energy from the environment and channel it into powerful attacks. With this ability, Stitch was able to take down even the strongest of foes. Because of this, the team knew that they had to keep Stitch by their side. Its power and abilities were too valuable to give up. They continued to train together. Learning how to control Stitch's new form and harness its power. Episode 8, Rise of the Turtle-Ragged. After harnessing Stitch's newfound powers, the Under-Earth defenders were eager to put them to the test. They received a message from an intergalactic traveler who spoke of a legendary creature known as the Turtle-Ragged. The traveler claimed that the Turtle-Ragged possessed immense wisdom and could aid them in their mission to protect the galaxy. Intrigued by this information, the team set out on a quest to find the fabled Turtle-Ragged. They followed the traveler's directions to a hidden cave deep within the Under-Earth. As they entered, they were greeted by a breathtaking sight. The cave was adorned with sparkling crystals that illuminated the surroundings with a mystical glow. The air felt charged with ancient energy, and the team could sense they were on the verge of a life-changing encounter. They ventured deeper into the cave, their hearts pounding with anticipation. At the heart of the cave, they discovered a large chamber with a tranquil pool in the center. And there, in all its majestic glory, stood the Turtle-Ragged. It was an extraordinary creature, half turtle and half dragon, with shimmering emerald green scales and a wise, ancient gaze. The Turtle-Ragged spoke with a deep, resonant voice, assuring the Under-Earth defenders that it had been expecting their arrival. It explained that it had sensed their noble intentions and believed in their ability to safeguard the galaxy. The Turturagon recognized the team's potential and offered its guidance and support. As the team engaged in an enlightening conversation with the Turturagon, they discovered that it possessed unparalleled knowledge of the universe and the forces of evil that threatened it. The Turturagon shared valuable insights and ancient wisdom, empowering the team with the tools needed to face their adversaries. In addition to its wisdom, the Turturagon possessed incredible abilities of its own. It demonstrated its prowess by conjuring powerful gusts of wind, creating impenetrable shields, and breathing streams of fire. The team was in awe of the Turturagon's might and felt honored to have gained such a formidable ally. With the Turturagon's guidance and Stitch's newfound powers, the Under-Earth defenders felt invigorated and ready to face any challenge that lay ahead. They trained alongside the Turturagon, learning advanced combat techniques and deepening their understanding of the cosmic forces at play. But as they honed their skills, a new threat emerged. A malevolent alien warlord, known as Zorg the Conqueror, set his sights on Earth, seeking to harness its untapped energy for his own nefarious purposes. Zorg's minions began wreaking havoc across the planet, testing the resolve of the Under-Earth defender. In their 8th episode, Rise of the Turturagon, the team takes a stand against Zorg's forces, utilizing the combined powers of Stitch, the Turturagon, and their own individual strength. The episode showcases thrilling battles, intense teamwork, and heart-pounding moments of danger. As the Under-Earth defenders face off against Zorg's forces, they discover that defeating him will require them to tap into the deepest depths of their courage and trust in one another. With the Turturagon's guidance and Stitch's unwavering loyalty, they fight with unwavering determination, knowing that the fate of Earth and the galaxy rests in their hands. Will the Under-Earth defenders prevail against Zorg's onslaught? What sacrifices will they have to make along the way? And how will their newfound alliance with the Turturagon shape their destiny as protectors of the galaxy? Only time will tell as this epic battle unfolds, weaving together the threads of loyalty, friendship, and the indomitable spirit of the undomitable spirit of the Under-Earth defenders. Episode 9, Flames of Empowerment. After their encounter with the formidable Turturagon, the Under-Earth defenders find themselves standing before the ancient creature once again. Turturagon, sensing their readiness and determination, reveals a hidden power within itself that will further enhance their abilities. With a deep breath, Turturagon unleashes a torrent of fiery breath that engulfs their power stones. The stones begin to resonate with the intense heat, absorbing the flames and radiating a brilliant aura. As the flames subside, the power stones have transformed, infused with the essence of Turturagon's fire. Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily instinctively reach out and retrieve their now enhanced power stones, feeling a surge of energy coursing through their veins. Their powers are amplified to an unprecedented level, and they can feel the fiery force of Turturagon's gift pulsating within them. Each hero's power stone now radiates with a unique flame, representing their individual strengths and personalities. Mac's Power Stone blazes with the power of infernos, granting him the ability to summon and manipulate fire as he unleashes devastating fireballs and creates protective barriers of intense heat. Alex's Power Stone burns with the intensity of a forge, enabling him to control and shape metal with his mind.
Mia's Power Stone glows with a gentle yet powerful flame, granting her the gift of healing and restoration.
With her Serenity Staff, she can now channel the soothing flames to heal wounds and create a shield of rejuvenating fire to protect her allies. Lily's Power Stone flickers with shadows dancing within the shimmering flames, granting her control over darkness itself. With their newfound powers, the Under-Earth Defenders stand as a formidable force, ready to face any challenge that comes their way. Turtoragon, satisfied with their growth and resilience, imparts one final piece of wisdom before they depart. Remember, Turtoragon's voice echoes in their minds, true strength lies not only in power, but in the bonds you share. Together, you are unstoppable. Determined to prove themselves, the heroes embark on their next mission. The city, still under attack by Zariak's forces, requires their immediate intervention. With their enhanced powers and unwavering unity, they charge into battle, a force to be reckoned with. Fireballs rain down on enemies as Alex's Technoblade slices through defenses. Maya's healing flames revive allies, while Lily's shadow constructs confuse opponents.
Fighting back to back and protecting one another, the heroes eventually prevail.
United by friendship and fiery power, the Under-Earth Defenders save the city once more. However, as the dust settles and the Under-Earth Defenders take a moment to catch their breath, they realize that something is amiss. The once bustling city is now eerily quiet, devoid of any survivors or signs of life. A feeling of dread settles in the pit of their stomachs as they begin to investigate the ruins. It doesn't take long for them to discover the source of the devastation, a massive mechanical monster that towers over them, its metal plates gleaming in the sun. Zariak, the mastermind behind the city's destruction, has returned, and this time he's brought an army of robots with him. The Under-Earth Defenders know that they must act fast if they want to save the city and its people. With the help of their enhanced powers, they leap into action, dodging laser beams and unleashing a barrage of attacks on their enemies. Max fireballs explode on impact, melting metal and taking down robots left and right. Alex's Technoblade slices through the enemy's defenses, leaving a trail of sparks in its wake. Maya's healing flames keep her allies in top shape, while Lily's shadow constructs confuse and distract their opponents. The battle rages on for what feels like hours, the Under-Earth Defenders fighting tooth and nail to protect the city and its inhabitants. At times, it seems like they might be overwhelmed, but they never give up. They know that they are stronger together than they are alone, and their bonds of friendship and trust are what truly make them unbeatable. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, the enemy is vanquished. Zariak lies defeated, his mechanical monster destroyed, and his army in shambles. The Under-Earth Defenders stand victorious, but they know that the battle is far from over. There are still threats out there, waiting to be faced, but they also know that as long as they stick together and never give up, they can overcome any obstacle. With a newfound sense of confidence and purpose, the Under-Earth Defenders set out to continue their mission, to protect the world from harm and to fight for what's right. They may not know what the future holds, but they do know that they can face it together as a team. And that is what truly makes them heroes. Episode 10. The Return of Zorg. Zorg has been rebuilding his robot army and enhancing their powers in the darkness of space. Now he sets his sights once again on Earth, swearing vengeance against the Under-Earth Defenders who foiled his plans. Zorg's robots invade the city above ground, wreaking havoc and terrorizing the population. The Under-Earth Defenders spring into action, using all the powers gifted to them by the Turtoragon. Max controls whips of water that smash robots to pieces. Maya shields civilians with healing firewalls. Lily summons shadow beasts that claw at the robot army. Alex melts robots with fiery blasts from his gauntlets. Stitch runs circles around the robots, channeling the Earth's energy into shockwave. Zorg surprises the team with a newly created robot dragon, a fearsome beast that outmatches Stitch and the Turtoragon. The robot dragon breathes acid fire that melts stone and metal. The Under-Earth defenders struggle to counter such a dangerous foe. The Turtoragon appears and engages the robot dragon in a fierce clash. The two ancient creatures battle with fiery breath, earth-shaking roars, and powerful tails. Meanwhile, the team battles Zorg himself, who wields weapons that threaten to overwhelm them. But with teamwork and trust in each other, the Under-Earth defenders prevail. They combine their powers of water, fire, wind plant to destroy Zorg's weapons and leave him defenseless. The robot dragon and Zorg are eventually defeated. Though injured, the Turtoragon survives, having taught the robot dragon a lesson in the power of nature. The city is saved once more, thanks to the Under-Earth defenders and their allies. With Zorg's army in tatters and Zorg himself behind bars, the team can finally rest. But they know this is not the end. Zorg's return marks a new chapter, one in which he becomes their arch-nemesis and greatest challenge. The Under-Earth defenders prepare themselves for whatever battles may come, knowing that as long as they have each other, the wisdom of the Turtoragon, and the spirit of Stitch by their side, they can overcome any threat, even one as formidable as Zorg. Zorg plots his next move from his prison cell, swearing to build an even mightier robot army and seek vengeance on those who imprisoned him. The Turtoragon senses a great darkness growing and knows the Under-Earth defenders will face their greatest challenge yet. In Zorg, Stitch's fur crackles with energy, eager for the next battle alongside its friends. Max, Alex, Maya, and Lily grow stronger every day, bonded by their mission and destiny. The battle with Zorg may have ended for now, but both sides know the war has only just begun. Forces of good and evil have been set in motion, and the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. The journey of the Under-Earth defenders continues as they fight to protect the innocent, battle the legions of darkness, and ultimately determine if light can prevail over the gloom that is rising. They will do whatever it takes as a team to try and put a stop in an end to the evil villainy. Zorg and the legions of darkness, no matter where they may be, whether it's on Earth or in the Under-Earth, the Under-Earth defenders will be there to protect and serve and save the day. Episode 11, Dark Alliance. After his latest defeat, Zorg realizes he cannot defeat the Under-Earth defenders alone. From his prison cell, he sends a cryptic message across the galaxy, summoning the most sinister villains to join forces with him. On a distant planet, the tyrannical warlord Draxor receives Zorg's message. Draxor grins cruelly, gathering his dark army of shadow warriors to answer Zorg's call. On another planet, the sinister psychic Moirai senses Zorg's summons with her mind. She cackles maniacally as she prepares to offer her mind control abilities to the cause. In a deep space fortress, the technological terror Ultrabot activates at Zorg's command. His eyes glow red as he readies his city, leveling arsenal to unleash on the defenders. As the villains journey toward Earth, drawn by the promise of destroying the defenders, Zorg uses his genius intellect to escape prison. Now free, he lurks in the shadows, preparing to welcome his new ally. At Defenders H, their trainer Canyo senses a disturbance in the energy of the universe. He warns them of an approaching storm. A dark alliance is coming. The heroes prepare themselves for battle as Zorg's sinister team of Draxor, Moirai, and Ultrabot arrive. Their combined power greater than anything the defenders have faced before. In an epic struggle, Zorg and his villains gain the upper hand until the defenders unlock their inner power of unity force. The heroes join hands, combining their elemental abilities to unleash a cosmic wave of light that overpowers the dark forces. But the battle is not over. Defeated but not destroyed, Zorg and his villains retreat, planning their next attack. They know they must break the defenders' unity force to defeat them. As the dust settles, the Under-Earth defenders regroup and tend to their wounds. Canyo tells them their greatest challenges are still ahead. If they are to survive, they must find new reservoirs of strength within themselves and each other. United by sacrifice and devotion, the defenders vow to unlock their full potential so that light may prevail over darkness. Their training begins anew towards mastery of their elemental powers and toward a force even greater than unity. The calm before the storm is ending. The defenders must grow stronger than ever to overcome what's coming. Zorg's revenge, it will come, and it will come. It will come when they least expect it. But for now, they can take some time and train themselves and do whatever they need to make themselves stronger and better for the return of Zorg. Episode 12, The Calm Ascendancy. In the aftermath of their intense battle with Zorg and his villainous allies, the Under-Earth Defenders, Max, Alex, Lily, and Maya, find themselves in a rare moment of peace. They seize this opportunity to grow stronger and better, honing their abilities and fortifying their headquarters for the looming threat of Zorg's return. The base, previously a simple subterranean bunker, is transformed into the luminous citadel. Nestled deep within the heart of Earth, it is a technological marvel that harmonizes with nature. The citadel glows with an ethereal light, powered by a combination of geothermal energy and a rare crystal known as Illuminite. The walls are lined with a living alloy that adapts to their elemental powers. A holographic training arena, a fully stocked research library, and a healing chamber filled with rare herbs and Earth's purest spring water are just a few of the Citadel's impressive features. During these peaceful times, the defenders also focus on their appearance, designing new costumes that reflect their individuality and the evolution of their powers. Lily, the plant wielder, clothes herself in durable plant stone, like armor that can absorb and redistribute plant energy. Max, the water manipulator, wears a sleek navy blue suit that allows him to blend into any aquatic environment. Alex, the fire controller, dons a crimson and orange costume accentuated with flame motifs that's resistant to extreme temperatures. Meanwhile, Maya, the air master, chooses a light, airy costume in shades of white and sky blue, which grants her enhanced aerodynamics for superior flight control. Even Stitch, the hybrid alien Chihuahua pug, is not forgotten. The team creates a specially designed armor for him. It's lightweight yet robust, made of a unique alloy infused with Illuminati. The armor enhances Stitch's innate abilities and allows him to communicate with the team through a built-in translator. The days are filled with intense training sessions, knowledge gathering, and occasional laughter. They learn to better control their elemental powers, developing new techniques and skills. Canyo guides them, his wisdom and teachings pushing them to their limits and beyond. During their downtime, they strengthen their bonds of friendship. They share meals together, play games, and reminisce about past adventures. They celebrate each other's victories and support one another through the trials. The unity amongst the defenders grows, their connection becoming a palpable force. But the peace is not to last. Kanyo reminds them that Zorg is still out there, planning his revenge. The defenders understand this. They are not training for a fight, but for a war. They are not just building a base, but a sanctuary. They are not just creating costumes, but armor for the battle ahead. They are not just growing stronger, but becoming a beacon of hope. In the quiet moments, the under-earth defenders prepare. They stand ready for the storm that is to come. But for now, they enjoy the calm, knowing it is just as crucial to their victory as the battle itself. Episode 13. Unity rises. The peace and tranquility within the luminous citadel is suddenly shattered when an alarm begins blaring throughout the underground base. The defenders rush to investigate and discover that Zorg and his army are advancing rapidly across the desert landscape above ground, headed straight towards the nearby town of Sandstone Springs. Without hesitation, the team springs into action. They don their new armor and costumes for the first time, rushing to meet this emerging threat. Flying high above the desert on max waves of water, the defenders quickly approach the army of villains. Zorg and his horde of mutant creatures seem taken aback momentarily by the defenders' new looks and upgraded abilities. However, the villains quickly recover and attack with fierce intensity. The battle rages for hours across the desert, with Alex hurling fireballs, Maya generating tornadoes, Lily summoning plant monsters, and Stitch unleashing sonic attacks from his armor. The defenders fight valiantly, but Zorg's army seems endless, pouring forth from hidden caves beneath the desert floor. Just when hope seems lost, the defenders remember their training. They must fight as one. Linking hands, they call upon the power of their elemental unity, the combined might of earth, air, fire, and water. A sphere of pure energy erupts forth, washing over Zorg's army and scattering the horde. The villains retreat back into their caves, having sustained a heavy beating. The defenders fly back to the luminous citadel, triumphant but exhausted. Though they won the battle, Zorg's sudden attack reminds them that the war is just beginning. The peace they enjoyed was only temporary. But with their newfound unity and teamwork, they now know they can face any threat as long as they stand together. Kanyo congratulates the defenders on a job well done and reminds them the hardest battles often yield the greatest rewards. And so, the defenders rest and recover, knowing more challenges surely lie ahead. But they also know that within the luminous citadel, their home, their sanctuary, they will find the light and strength to overcome whatever darkness approaches. Together, they will defend the Earth. After resting and gaining some strength and energy back, 3 of the defenders, Max, Alex, and Maya, go out and buy supplies and set up a surprise birthday party for Lily. While Lily is out on her daily jog, as Lily returns to the base, they are surprised to find that their fellow defenders have prepared a secret surprise party for her. The base is decked out with balloons and streamers, and there is a large cake waiting for Lily at the center of the room. But the real surprise is the gifts that the defenders have prepared for her. Alex presents her with a set of new plant gauntlets, designed to amplify her powers and give her greater control over plant abilities. Mia gives her a special necklace that can summon plant defender minions. Stitch unveils a new breastplate designed to enhance Lily's already impressive plant abilities. But the biggest surprise of all is the vehicle that Max has created for Lily. It is a sleek, futuristic motorcycle outfitted with all sorts of high-tech plant-based gadgets and weapons. Max explains that he has been working on it for months and that it's designed to help Lily get around quickly and fight off any threats that come her way. Lily is overwhelmed by the generosity and thoughtfulness of her fellow defenders. She thanks them profusely, feeling grateful and proud to be part of such an amazing team. As they all dig into the cake and celebrate together, Lily knows that she has found a home and a family among the defenders, and that no matter what challenges lie ahead, they will face them together with courage, strength, and unity. Episode 14, Clash of Elements. After the party for a Lily, the defenders talk a bit about their victory over Zorg's first attack. They mention how the experience with Zorg this time has given them a renewed sense of hope and confidence. However, their celebration is short-lived when Canyo informs them Zorg has recruited a new ally, the Elemental Master. This formidable foe wields control over all 4 elements: air, water, fire, and earth. Canyo warns that the Elemental Master plans to challenge the defenders to prove which group has dominance over the elemental forces of nature. Zorg believes recruiting this powerful being will ensure his ultimate victory. The defenders begin training with renewed focus, preparing for the impending clash. They practice combining their powers in complex displays of elemental unity. Stitch works to enhance the armor's sensing and stabilizing functions to better shield the team during battle. Soon reports arrive that the Elemental Master is advancing towards the Citadel. The defenders mobilize and fly out to meet this new threat. They are unprepared for the sheer scope of the Elemental Master's power. He unleashes a whirlwind of air, a river of fire, a tidal wave of water, and a quake of earth. All at once, the defenders struggle to defend themselves, resorting to combining their powers in ever more complex displays. But the Elemental Master continues to overwhelm them with the raw might of the primal forces under his control. Just as defeat seems imminent, the defenders recall their tie of peace within the Citadel. They find unity within their connection to each other and the harmony of all elements within nature. Channeling this inner unity and balance, they are able to subdue the Elemental Master and convince him of Zorg's evil designs. The warrior switches sides, pledging to use his power for good as an ally of the defenders. The clash of elements has ended in harmony. A powerful new ally has joined their cause. But the defenders know Zorg will not stop until he is defeated once and for all. They return to the luminous Citadel, more united than ever in purpose and resolve. Back at the luminous Citadel, the defenders debrief with Canyo about their intense battle and new alliance with the Elemental Master. Canyo is pleased they found a way to resolve the conflict peacefully, but warns them not to become overconfident. Meanwhile, Zorg seethes in the shadows over the Elemental Master's betrayal. He begins work on a device that will allow him to steal the Elemental Master's powers and wield control over all 4 elements himself. Realizing he cannot defeat the defenders through direct confrontation, Zorg decides to attack them covertly by turning their new ally against them. Gathering sinister materials from the darkest dimensions, Zorg forges a mystical artifact infused with mind control magic. Once activated, the device will allow Zorg to mentally command the Elemental Master like a puppet. When the artifact is complete, Zorg uses cloaking technology to sneak into the Citadel unseen. he makes his way to the Elemental Master's quarters and attaches the device to him while he sleeps. Zorg then retreats into the shadows, eager to test his new control. The next day, the Elemental Master complains of headaches, but assures the defenders he is fine. However, during training, his powers spiral out of control, unleashing chaotic storms. The defenders are puzzled by this, but the Elemental Master cannot explain his actions. It soon becomes clear the Elemental Master is no longer in control. The team manages to subdue him and discover Zorg's mind control device. They quickly remove it, freeing the Elemental Master from Zorg's insidious influence. Furious over being manipulated, the Elemental Master redoubles his training with the defenders. He is now wholly committed to defeating Zorg, no matter the cost. More dangerous threats loom ahead, but the defenders stand ready to meet them with their new ally by their side. United by trust and teamwork, the heroes feel more confident than ever about their chances of stopping Zorg for good. But they know the conniving villain always has new schemes in the works, and his next attack could be his most cunning yet. Episode 15. Mission to Tartarus, Desolation. After Lily's party, the Under-Earth defenders were planning a trip to collect energy crystals for upgrades when Kano came rushing in with news of a distress call from the planet Tartarus Desolation. Kano explained that the distress call came from someone who may be another potential member, making them a full 5-person team if they could rescue them in time. The call came from Shalaktar, an alien turtle-human hybrid named after his species, the Testudinians. Shalaktar's parents had adopted him from the Under-Earth world when he was just an egg and brought him to Earthphoria for safety. Unlike the current defenders who carried weapons and armor, Shalaktar possessed natural powers far beyond theirs, making him the natural leader. To rescue Shalaktar, the defenders had to build a ship unlike any of their previous crafts, using alloys provided by Kano that were alive and could instantly generate any technology, weapons, vehicles, or armor they needed. They constructed a ship that was bigger on the inside. Within the ship's structure was an entire ecosystem and world they could live in during the journey, complete with lush forests, sparkling streams, and rolling hills under an artificial sky. The defenders spent several days aboard the ship as it carried them across the galaxy to Tartarus Desolation. They marveled at the miniature world contained within the ship, relaxing by the babbling brooks and under the shade of the trees when not planning strategy for the rescue mission. When they arrived at Tartarus Desolation, the planet lived up to its ominous name. Volcanoes spewed rivers of molten lava across a charred, rocky landscape. Sulphurous gases swirled in the atmosphere, blotting out the sun. It was clear this was a dangerous place for any living being. Descending beneath the clouds, the defenders discovered Shalaktar under attack by monstrous creatures emerging from the cracks in the planet's crust. Grotesque beasts with fangs and claws swarmed toward Shalaktar as he struggled to fend them off with blasts of psychic energy. But he was weakening against the endless onslaught. As the creatures closed in for the kill, Shalaktar displayed powerful psychic abilities, easily crushing the monsters with a shockwave of telekinetic force before the defenders even had a chance to intervene. The defenders quickly brought Shalaktar aboard their ship, where he thanked them sincerely for the rescue. Safe aboard the ship, Shalaktar explained that his powers came from special crystals mined only on Earthphoria, which gave him fantastic telekinetic, telepathic, and healing abilities far beyond the weaponry of the defender. The crystals bonded with his physiology, amplifying his natural ability. Shalaktar joined the defenders, bringing a new level of power to the team with his advanced abilities. They were ready to return to the luminous citadel with their 5th and most powerful member, ready to take on the challenges ahead now that Shalaktar, the wise protector and leader of the Testudinians, had joined their rank. The defenders welcomed Shalaktar to their team and were amazed by his abilities.
He showed them how to use their own powers more effectively, and they trained together to become a more cohesive unit.
Shalaktar's presence brought a newfound sense of confidence to the team, and they were eager to take on any challenges that lay ahead. As they traveled to Earthphoria, they encountered a group of space pirates who had been terrorizing Earthphoria and were the cause of Shalaktar ending up stranded on Tartarus Desolation. The pirates, led by a ruthless captain named Zorgon, were known for their advanced weaponry and skilled piloting. The defenders knew they were no match for the pirates in a straight-up fight, but they couldn't just sit back and let them continue their reign of terror. The defenders noticed something familiar about Zorg book, couldn't right figure it out, until Shalaktar told them he is the father of Zorg. Shalaktar suggested a diversion tactic, using his powers to create an illusion of a valuable treasure on their ship. The pirates, always on the lookout for loot, took the bait and pursued the defenders' ship. The defenders were able to lead them away from nearby planets and into the depths of space, where they could engage in a space battle without causing any collateral damage. Using their new ship's advanced technology and weapons, the defenders fought bravely against the pirates. Shalaktar's powers were especially useful in disabling the enemy ships, and soon the pirates were retreating in defeat. The defenders had emerged victorious once again, and not only was Shalaktar safe, but so was Earthphoria, thanks to the defenders and their new team member and their quick thinking. As they journeyed back to Earth, the defenders knew that they had a lot of work ahead of them. With Shalaktar on their side, they were better equipped than ever to face any challenges that lay ahead. They couldn't wait to see what adventures awaited them in the future, and they knew that they were ready to face them head on. Episode 16, The Secret of the Forbidden Planet. After their successful mission against the space pirates, the Under-Earth defenders were hailed as heroes by the citizens of Earthphoria. However, the team knew that their work was far from over. With Shalaktar now on board, they were more powerful than ever before, and they were eager to take on new challenges. One day, while exploring the galaxy, the team received a distress signal from a nearby planet. The signal was weak and garbled, but they were able to decipher that it was coming from a forbidden planet that had been off limits for centuries. Despite the risks, the team decided to investigate the signal, knowing that they could not turn their backs on anyone in need. They landed on the planet and immediately encountered a strange, otherworldly energy that seemed to be emanating from the planet's core. As they ventured further into the planet, they discovered a hidden temple that was guarded by a fierce group of aliens who were determined to keep them out. The aliens were powerful and skilled fighters, but the Under-Earth defenders were able to use their combined abilities to defeat them and gain access to the temple. Inside the temple, they discovered a chamber that contained a glowing crystal, similar to the ones that had given Shalaktar his powers. The crystal was pulsing with energy, and it seemed to be communicating with them in a strange alien language. As they approached the crystal, they suddenly found themselves transported to a different dimension, where they encountered a being of pure energy who called itself the Guardian of the Forbidden Planet. The Guardian explained that the crystal was the source of the planet's power, and that it had been stolen by the aliens who had been guarding the temple. The Guardian revealed that the planet had once been a thriving center of civilization, but it had been destroyed by a catastrophic event that had wiped out all life on the planet. The crystal was the only thing that remained, and it had the power to restore the planet to its former glory. The Guardian warned the Under-Earth defenders that they would face great danger if they tried to take the crystal, but the team was determined to complete their mission. They fought their way past hordes of alien guards and made their way to the crystal. As they approached the crystal, they were suddenly ambushed by the aliens' leader, a powerful warlord who was determined to keep the crystal for himself. The warlord was a formidable opponent, but the Under-Earth defenders were able to use their powers to defeat him and claim the crystal. With the crystal in their possession, the team was able to restore the planet to its former glory, bringing new life and energy to a world that had been barren and lifeless for centuries. The Under-Earth defenders had once again proven their worth, showing that they were willing to risk everything to help others in need. As they left the planet, the team knew that they had uncovered a great secret, one that would change the course of their journey forever. They had discovered the true power of the universe, and they were ready to use that power to make a difference in the world. Episode 17, The Elemental Guardians Council. After their successful mission to rescue Shalaktar and defeat the space pirates, the Under-Earth defenders were on their way back to Earth when they detected an energy signature unlike anything they had ever encountered before. The signature was emanating from a nearby planet that they had never heard of before. As they approached the planet, they noticed that it was teeming with life and energy. The planet was lush and green, with towering forests, sparkling lakes, and majestic mountains. It was a world of wonder and beauty, unlike anything they had ever seen before. As they landed on the planet's surface, they were greeted by a group of alien beings who called themselves the Elemental Guardians Council. The council consisted of 5 individuals, each possessing unique elemental powers and abilities that allowed them to control the forces of nature. The leader of the council was a tall, regal-looking woman named Terra, who had the power to control the earth itself. Her skin was made of living stone, and her eyes glowed with an inner fire. She was accompanied by 4 other members, each with their own unique powers. The first member was a fiery young woman named Pyra, who had the power to control flames and heat. Her hair was made of living fire, and her eyes blazed with a fierce intensity. The second member was a cool, detached man named Aqua, who had the power to control water and ice. His skin was made of living water, and his eyes were a deep blue, like the ocean. The third member was a wild, untamed woman named Aero, who had the power to control the winds and storms. Her skin was made of living air, and her eyes shone with a bright electric energy. The fourth member was a mysterious, enigmatic man named Volt, who had the power to control electricity and lightning. His skin was made of living lightning, and his eyes crackled with an intense electrical energy. The Elemental Guardians Council explained that they were a group of defenders who had been tasked with protecting their adoptive planet, which they called Gaia, from the forces of darkness that threatened to destroy it. They had been watching the Under-Earth defenders for some time, and they were impressed by their bravery and skill. The Council offered to join forces with the Under-Earth defenders, forming a powerful alliance that would be able to protect the entire galaxy from any threat that might arise. The defenders were honored to accept the Council's offer, knowing that they would be much stronger together than they ever could be alone. As the 2 groups joined forces, they began to train together, learning each other's strengths and weaknesses, and working to develop new strategies and techniques that would allow them to face any challenge that might come their way. Together, the Elemental Guardians Council and the Under-Earth Defenders were a force to be reckoned with, and they knew that they were ready for whatever the future might hold. As they prepared to set out on their next mission, the defenders looked out over the beautiful, vibrant world of Gaia, knowing that they had found powerful new allies in the Elemental Guardians Council, and that together They would be able to protect the galaxy from any danger that might arise. Episode 18, Elemental Alliance. The Under-Earth Defenders spacecraft touched down on the lush surface of the mysterious planet. A group of strange alien beings approached. The leader, Terra, stepped forward. She introduced herself and the other elemental guardians who possessed elemental powers over Earth, fire, water, air, and lightning. The Guardians explained they protected the planet Gaia from forces of darkness. They had observed the Defenders and were impressed by their bravery and skill. Terra offered an alliance that would make both groups stronger. The Defenders were honored to accept. Combining forces, the Defenders and Elemental Guardians began training together to develop new strategies. They quickly realized how their different skills complemented each other. The Defenders' teamwork and technology enhanced the raw elemental powers of the Guardians. In return, the elemental abilities gave the Defenders seemingly impossible new capabilities. Their alliance felt destiny. The Defenders looked out upon Gaia, awed by its beauty, while a challenge protecting this planet and galaxy now felt attainable with their new elemental allies. Terra said together, "We can face any threat. Our alliance will keep the darkness at bay." Pyra nodded. "Darkness cannot withstand the fire within us." Arrow smiled, "The storm, the fire within us." Arrow smiled, "That we will be the storm that breaks it." Volt's lightning crackled. "Let any who oppose us tremble at the power of earth, fire, air, water, and lightning united." Aqua bowed. "We are one. The Elemental Alliance has begun." The Under-Earth Defenders and Elemental Guardians smiled, ready to defend the light together. Their story had just begun. Episode 19, Trial by Fire. The newly formed Elemental Alliance set out on their first joint mission to investigate strange seismic activity on a nearby moon. Terra sensed something was amiss, while Pyrrha sensed something was amiss, while Pyra's flames burned with urgency. As they approached the moon's surface, the Defenders' ship came under attack from alien gun turrets. Aqua and Arrow joined forces, unleashing a tidal wave that demolished the defenses. Volt's lightning struck the remaining turrets. Landing on the moon, the Alliance found a mining facility overrun by creatures of darkness. The dark forces attacked, but the Alliance stood united. Pyra's fireballs incinerated dozens of creatures, while Arrow whipped up cyclones to fling them away. Aqua and Terra worked in tandem, combining earth and water to trap and drown the enemy. The creatures kept coming, but the Alliance did not falter. The Defenders' tech provided air support as the Guardians unleashed their elemental fury upon the swarming darkness. Volt's lightning struck the heart of the enemy forces, turning the tide of battle. Though outnumbered, the Elemental Alliance fought bravely on. Their unity and balance of skills allowed them to triumph where either group alone may have failed. After a hard-fought battle, the darkness was defeated and the moon's inhabitants saved. The Alliance celebrated their first victory together, still only beginning to grasp their full potential. Terra smiled at her new allies. "This was a trial, and we passed. Together we are stronger than the sum of our parts. The worst is yet to come, but the Elemental Alliance will be ready." Episode 20, Homecoming. After their victory on the alien moon, the Elemental Alliance decided to return to Earth to regroup and recharge. The Guardians were excited to visit the Defenders' home planet for the first time. As they approached Earth, the Defenders gazed fondly at the blue marble they had sworn to protect. They couldn't wait to show their new allies around. Landing in the secret underground base of the Defenders, the Guardians marveled at the high-tech facility. Sensors detected their elemental energies, scanning and welcoming them. The defenders gave the Guardians a tour of the vast underground complex, showing off the training rooms, laboratories, hangars, and more. The Guardians shared stories of Gaia, describing the forests, mountains, and rivers of their idyllic homeworld. That evening, the two groups came together for a celebratory feast. They ate, drank, and shared stories late into the night, bonding over their first victorious mission together. Laughter and camaraderie filled the air. After the feast, the defenders showed the Guardians to their quarters for the night. Though tired from battle, none could sleep yet, too energized by their new alliance. The Guardians wandered the facility in awe, connecting with the elemental energies of Earth itself. The defenders watched with wonder as the Guardians bent nature to their will, demonstrating their powers in peaceful harmony. Eventually, all gathered in the garden atrium of the underground base. The Elemental Alliance stood together, Earth's ancient energies flowing through them. Terra smiled. A new dawn has begun. Together we will safeguard the light and build a legacy to last an eternity. The members of the Elemental Alliance gazed at the stars, ready to embark together on the adventures yet to come. Their story had just begun.